Hey guys, I'm back. And as you can tell, with my holster on, the Nathan Drake holster, you can tell it's time for the Nathan Drake Uncharted Collection review. As in the trilogy pack. This is like the whole saga involving Nathan Drake and his, where is it, his ring right there. He has it in all three games throughout this one. Also has the sticker from back then of the Uncharted 4 beta. And it was £44 back then, wow. Things changed. But, in all honesty, I have never reviewed the Uncharted game, so we'll do it right now. Starting off with Uncharted 1, Drake's Fortune, where we meet the treasure hunter Nathan Drake and his friend Sully, and we meet Elena, who's the camera girl for the first one. They're going after El Dorado, which is the city of gold. Turns out it's not, it's actually a statue. And I'm going to get into spoilers, but it's not really much because you probably all know these games. And if you haven't noticed it, just look at my playlist and watch the walkthrough stuff. But they found the treasure, it's been gone, they go after it throughout jungles and stuff. They go meet villains like Roman and Navarro, and it sets up the dynamic, the plot. They lose friends, gain friends. Well, they lose each other, gain each other back. And eventually they discover what the treasure is. It's a curse. And where they see Francis Drake's body, and Nathan gives up on the whole legend of Francis Drake. But then at the ending, when the Elena gets kidnapped by Navarro and Roman, he goes and rescues her, of course, with Sully's help, and they go and get the treasure and put it in the ocean with Navarro because he was actually the real villain, and which I like because throughout the other games we'll see two villains, and you always know who the side villain is, you always know who the main villain is. But with the first one, it's kind of dynamic. It's hard to know who's the main one. We know who Roman is the main one, but you know, Roman seemed like the main one, but it was really Navarro. He was sick of his boss, so tell him what to do. So he got his back on him. Unless you were to say Eddie was the main, Eddie Raja. I mean, he was probably the most entertaining part of that game. From his wits. Dude, he was killed like the second half off, but that was me. A rating for Uncharted Drake's Fortune, 8.5 out of 10. Among Thieves. This is probably my favourite, not the Uncharted trilogy. If I would go in further detail out all of them, I can't really say. I can't play Lost Legacy, so I can't really say the answer right now. But if I want to say, out of all four games, I would play, for story purposes, 2 is better than 4. For gameplay purposes, of course, 4 will be better because updated gameplay. Anyway, but 2 is about Nathan Drake. He is going after Marco Polo with the help of Harry Flynn and Chloe Fraser. They are going on a big heist after this lamp, which holds secrets to the 13 chips of these big treasures. Flynn double crosses him. He's revealed to be working with Lazarevich, who's the main threat. And boy, is he a main threat. He is. Chloe Fraser, the new love interest with Nathan. However, she's kind of they seem to know each other from before, which I could buy. And they do click off each other right away, and I have talked to my friends about this. Some people first ship Elena and Nathan. Some people first shipping Fraser and Chloe. Well, it's not really shipping for Elena anymore because, well, in the Uncharted 4 it's different, Well, but I can say this, it was good to have a love triangle kind of thing. I mean, it's like Nathan Drake, it's 2 points, 2 sides of him come from winning kind of thing. Like, the treasure hunting, seeking, going for the gold is like Chloe Fraser's kind of deal, and Elena's like the hardened ground, saying what we need to do, what we should do, and there's that. And people didn't like how, some of my friends don't like how Chloe was too easy to win, while Elena was worth it, kind of thing. Which I do to the point of, so there's that. Nothing against Chloe, she's awesome. Even my sister's in Chloe. But awesome Chloe. Chloe is awesome. And moving on, the plot was, after some disagreements and finding Elena in the city, Chloe goes and backstabs Nathan quite a few times in the game, and like 2 or 3 times, and goes on to Lazarevich's side, and then they go after on this epic train scene, that train scene, and then after that, into the winter stuff. You got climbing mountains, saving the villages with Tenzin, a new ally, and the final act, after getting the dagger back from a character called Carl Schaefer, who's played by that guy Rennie from lots of other stuff like Little Mermaid. He's played also, what's that guy's name? Monsieur Dubois in Tarzan, the Legends of Tarzan, and he's in Skylanders too. I think Supercharge. He's like the narrator guy in the book bit, but he's got a lot of good voice roles, so good for him picking another one of those. But Lazarevich kills that character. He gets the dagger back, and they open up the shrine, and they find the lost city. And it turns out it's not the stone he's after, which is the main prize we thought it was going to be, but no, it's actually the tree. He goes and stops him and seals and saves the day. Elena was almost going to die here, but she didn't. And, he saved the world. And Chloe accepts the fact that he loves Elena more, and she moves on. There's some witty jokes at the end. So that's that. And finally, Uncharted 3. Oh, I forgot to rate Uncharted 2, sorry. Uncharted, too long fees. Ugh. For story purposes, 9.5 out of 10, yeah. There's a little plot holes here and there. I mean, it gets but I think my favourite section is where they're in the city area of Nepal and they go in there. That's my favourite section. But, I didn't like the winter stuff much. I felt like it lagged on a bit too long, but nevertheless, 9.5 out of 10. 9.5, whatever. And we're going to Drake's Deception now. So, Drake's Deception is probably my least favourite game of the Uncharted franchise, because I haven't played Golden Abyss. But the reason why I've said this before in my review, I don't like it, is because of the lacking aiming mechanic. You can't aim your guns as well as 1 and 2. Which I don't know why. I guess it was all plotched together. And it looked like the animation was a bit tacky on, kinda. But other than that, besides the technical difficulties, the story itself was kind of a nice one to wrap up the Ring story with the whole Nathan Drake thing. Because in this one, we go and we discover that Nathan Drake is selling the ring, but he's not really selling the ring because he's actually trying to find out where Marlowe is, because Marlowe in his past is a villain and who wants the ring, and he wants to know more. She has something he needs, a decipher which goes with it. So he goes after her, getting the decipher back. He gets the decipher, finds the a map, and it leads him to a big quest going around the world. He has to get these 2 pieces of the shield, one in France, one in Syria, whatever it was, and Syria, I think it was. And they go and get those halves with the help of Chloe Fraser back again, which is awesome, with Charlie Cutter, the new character. And they get both half of the talismans, but they're taken from him. But Nathan Drake jots it down in his diary, so that's sorted. And after that, they go to, with the help of Elena, they get into the next half of the game. And eventually, after looking for the map stuff and doing puzzles, they discover the star constellation will end up in the next bit of the game. And Nathan is drugged, and he spills the beans to Marlowe and Talbot. They go after him, and he's caught by Ramses the pirate, and he was paid to take him out. And apparently he says he has Sully. He really doesn't have Sully, and Nathan's been going on this quest for nothing to get him back. But of course, Ramses kills himself by trying to flood the ship because Nathan floods it. He escapes, and they go after Sully in the final desert chapters. So he's flying off plane men, he's wandering the desert, he goes and finds Salim, who's another ally, I think a better ally than Tenzin was. At least he can talk to him. But he goes and finds Salim, and then he finds the lost city. Well, he finds the lost city, then he finds Salim. When I say the lost, I mean he finds the ghost town, then he finds Salim, and then they go into the convoy, which leads to the sandstorm, where they go to the temples and find the Dijin place of the Atlantis of the sands, and they see an eclipse, and it's a drug on Nathan again. Marlowe wants something from the water, and Nathan Drake and Sully stop her from getting it because it was all an illusion. So Nathan gets his memory back from Sully being the real deal, and they save the day. Marlowe gets killed, and this is where Drake learns something. He doesn't have anything to prove. He doesn't want the ring anymore, but he still tries to save Marlowe's life, and of course she doesn't want to do it. Well, she doesn't try hard enough. She's in a position where she can't really be saved. And Talbot feels angry, Talbot dies for another final fight, and save the world. But it's not over there, it sets up for Uncharted 4, with Nathan getting his wedding ring out, and finally they can do that wedding they've always planned, because Nathan was distracted by the treasure stuff, but now he's focused on Elena, and that sets up for Uncharted 4. Drake's Deception, I give up a rating of 7 out of 10. Because the story is great, just that little bit of technical difficulties stuff that legs it down the gameplay. Still, this is not the last of Nathan Drake. No, it is not. We still have one more game with him in it. Uncharted 4. See that upcoming walkthrough very soon when I get to it. And till next time, guys. Keep hunting for treasure. Oh yes, and of course, the remastered version is worth buying. I mean, PS3s are now production, so this is a good chance to buy remastered PS4 version and play the trilogy, play it all, enjoy it where you can, go for it. Buy remastered now, Uncharted Nathan Drake collection. Enjoy it.